the guy.
So, I have now officially switched over to us being live because we
Okay.
have no fucking clue. Rampage should start in 3 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
3 minutes, or 30 minutes. I don't fucking know.
Oh, Max Struess killed it. So yeah, anybody that's out there, this is the NBA play-in post-game watch along.
Is that interviewer also the guy who was just on commentary a minute ago?
I have no clue.
Because one of those people on commentary kind of there's
All I know is I'm about to eat this sandwich.
the way he talks, or whoever was on commentary, reminded me a little bit of how McAfee talks. Like the way that the inflection is and the energy to it. General fuck. You got that sandwich. I did not take enough time to make all the fixins because I had no idea when this was going to be ready. Look, Jimmy Butler played well.
Mm-hmm. So many lies. So many lies.
So, damn, I had a basketball thought and I already forgot it. That's how much I pay attention. Oh, I saw this list today and had every team's best player of all time, every team's GOAT. I scanned it only relatively quickly. Like, I didn't study it too much. But from what I saw, there was only one name on that list that appeared as the best all time for 2 different franchises. Would you like to take a guess? You froze hard on taking that bite.
Mm-hmm. To go for 2 different teams. Might be LeBron.
Nope. No, because they gave Miami to Dwayne. Obviously, he's Cleveland. You're not taking Lakers from Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe was the one for the Lakers, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think he's the best career Laker.
Go to another LA team and think that route.
To the other LA team.
You might be a little bit surprised by it, but at the same time, not. What point guard in the NBA over the last few years has been the point guard you want to see win a championship the most? Probably. He was definitely somebody you and Brandon were pulling for.
That's what I was going to. So yeah, that's where I was getting to. I was like, the Clippers GOAT has to be Chris Paul, I guess. It's just
for his original team,
that
it's
franchise
slam dunk.
sucks butt, so you just don't think. But yeah,
it was still Chris Paul.
But that was, but that was my favorite Chris Paul, though.
It's hard though because
close second place is the speed walking one in the State Farm commercials.
It's close because I mean there's other people I think about from years in which the Clippers were good, not necessarily great. There's somebody that I remember in a Clippers jersey being one of the probably one of the most mean people in the NBA with his stink eye.
A mean being, I don't know.
Meme, M-E-M-E. I was talking about DeAndre Jordan. Not saying like great, but just there was a time period in there where he was a big deal for them.
He was always like the other guy there with Blake Griffin.
That's what I was saying. Like, I don't necessarily think that he's a great,
like
but there's people
the
that
third guy.
But there's people I think of for Clippers memories before I think of Chris Paul. Is I guess how I'm thinking, Matt. So for the Clippers, like Chris Paul wasn't the first person that came to mind.
Yeah. You know, it's one that would probably piss off some Stephen Curry fans, but Baron Davis is always the first person I think of when I think of the Golden State Warriors. Like, I don't care. I love B. Diddy.
Here, I'll give you an easy one. Would you like to take a guess at who was listed for the Detroit Pistons?
Let's see here. I'm gonna say it was
You'll never put this guy
Darko Milicic.
The guy that you'll never put in the room with Michael Jordan because they might fight.
It was Darko. Darko Milicic. Pistons go. Oh, it's Rampage, baby. On much earlier than usual, baby.
I still have an NBA commercial on.
Oh. Well, it's telling me this is Rampage.
Let me hit refresh. See if it speeds me up.
I really don't like the Rampage song.
Neither do I.
As
soon as I hit refresh, it's when it came up.
I don't like it.
As soon as I hit refresh is when the Rampage commercial popped.
There you go. Bum, 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 bum.
In Rampage typical fashion, we're starting off hot.
Also, you open that forbidden door.
People are becoming more and more convinced that CM Punk's coming back.
Mm-hmm. I have been seeing, like, every bit of wrestling news that is out there is CM Punk might be coming back. CM Punk might be coming back. I'm like, oh my gosh. I either want him to just come back or not at all, and so they can just shut the fuck up.
So I guess Wembley Arena already has over 50,000 pre-sale registrations.
Oh shit. Well, hot diggity damn. I mean, I guess they wouldn't have, booked Wembley Stadium without
knowing CM Punk is coming back.
Knowing that they've got something going. I mean, no, I don't think they would have. I think they still would have been able to do that without CM Punk. If they were going to be able to do it. Because I feel like, to me, CM Punk, he isn't necessary, but he's like a cherry on top.
Yeah, especially with it being them going over there for the first time, it's going to be a big deal. So his impact isn't going to be as much as it would.
Right. It's gonna. I feel like it'll be more about people just wanting to see AEW.
Like, if you want to talk about going to somewhere in this country for a pay-per-view, having CM Punk is going to make a bigger difference. But now you're just going there for the first time.
Oh, for shizzly gizzly. Dude. So my good microphone is working right now, and I don't understand what happened. But I'm happy.
I have no idea, but the way that you are being green screened onto your background looks so funny.
Because this microphone is right here, I think.
Okay. Yeah, because like the green screen's cutting into you, so it was funny looking.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I really hate that this is the tag team match, though. I mean, I do, but I don't. I like the fact that best friends are being featured, but at the same time, love off the open.
Fucking nerds. Best friends. I do love this most.
Best friends.
Man. It's a good thing they don't have smell-o-vision, because...
So, love this tag team match. I love the tag team match we're going to get at GCW. And we're going to get Maki. So Nick Wayne and Jordan Oliver back together as a tag team in the same tag team match with Motor City Machine Guns. There's another team, but still, just that is a great start. And then Maki. I can't believe how much... Like, I would have never cared for tag team wrestling so much growing up. Because outside of that, years of, like, Edge and Christian, Dudley, and the Hardys, it always was shit. Throwing together people and all that.
Yeah, man. Hey, we had Too Cool.
That was the same time or before Hardy, Dudleys, and all that. But, man, I love it so much now. There's so many teams I'm, like, excited for.
Yeah. Yeah, tag team wrestling is, like, I don't know. I think that's what I look forward to most. When it's actual tag teams, that is.
I think in regular matches, just randomly thrown on the card, I think the tag team matches deliver better for AEW. But it's also hard to say because when you have those highly anticipated solo matches, that obviously can take the cake.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But I'm just, like, thinking back. The match that I got the most hyped about last year was FTR Briscoes. And I'm like, and I would have been super, like, if there wasn't Commander and Vikingo, I probably would have been more hyped about the tag match than anything else, too. That super card.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking back to, like, I don't remember being super. I mean, we got Blood and Guts, so that we were really hyped to go to that show.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. That was more hype to go to the show than, oh man, I really want to see this match.
Because I don't remember. I remember that was the match the night that we got the Orange Cassidy versus Ethan Page Hogan Andre match. I remember our Rampage was fucking horrible. I remember all 3 matches of those cards.
Yeah.
All out. I can't think of one match that I was super hyped for. I mean, I was excited for a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't. Now, I will say the match I got most invested in ever out of any of our shows was the Acclaim versus Keith Lee and Swerve. I don't think anyone expected to be that into that match going into it, or them to tease us that much, though.
Yeah, that was definitely the match I was most vested in. But I think it was also like 4 of my favorite wrestlers in one match, so obviously.
But they did enough throughout towards the end to make you go, yes, no, and that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
out of all those shows, I can't think of a match that I got as excited for as like how hype we are knowing that the Briscoes versus FTR was going to be great. Or like when Omega versus Osprey happened. Like that didn't have a great build up, but like when it was arriving, it was like this is gonna be fucking crazy.
Yep. We knew it was gonna be nuts, and it didn't disappoint.
So I saw this clip on Instagram. Apparently, Kid Bandit was teaming with Maki Ito somewhere, and
Ooh.
Kid Bandit turned on Maki,
Ooh.
and I had to respond like, "I'm so fucking torn. I love you, I love you, but you turned on." I'm like,
I'm like, why are you doing this? Top rope tokes.
so Bandit, when Maki went for a tag, ended up pulling away. And at some point, give him middle fingers, but after, you know, the whole ooh thing like that or whatever.
Yeah.
Kid Bandit brought like this, went just sitting on the stage, like looking at Maki, and I'm like it was fun. I liked it, but I hate it. Kind of like how I love best friends being featured, only to know that it's not gonna go well for them. Hey, Rodney got a haircut.
He did.
Chuck Taylor's hair definitely looks shorter.
Oh.
Oh my god, that pile driver.
Yeah. Fletcher, his pile driver is like possibly the nastiest out there.
I was talking about Davis's. The Davis one on Trent. Davis is the thick boy.
Davis is the thick boy.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about Fletcher.
Yeah, he hit the first one, and Davis hit that second one where, like, Bretta fucking bounced.
Mm-hmm. Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, see, I like the chant, not the way that the music does it.
Oi, oi. Here we go. Is Mark gonna ruin the Lethal Team? Please tell me he's gonna ruin the Lethal Team. Please tell me he's gonna ruin the Lethal Team. Ooh, on a 4.
Oh, that grew up on a farm.
This is that fucking shirt. Let me get one. Come on now.
Be the downfall of that team, please.
I know. EFTR.
I saw people commenting and they were talking about how they hate part of the internet wrestling community and the way that people turn on certain people. And they talked about how like FTR bald became a thing. And then people commented, they're like, do you realize that was not out of hatred? That was out of Danhausen humor. I was like, I remember the first time I heard FTR bald. I'm pretty sure we might have been there for the start of it.
I think so.
Because he would have never had a reason to talk about. I mean, he might have talked about it randomly beforehand.
Yeah, I think because I think it was the week after the match where he talked about how FTR hair and FTR bald came out and helped him.
He said it after the show when they sent us home happy after Rampage.
Yeah,
it's like,
oh,
Hook came out on stage. I don't know where he was, but we had FTR bald and FTR hair, bald. And I was happy they were here.
Yeah, leave them alone. We like it. FTR bald and FTR hair.
I can't even believe they were gone for here for 2.5 years.
Hey.
Cash isn't bad talker, he just lacks the natural charisma.
Yeah. Oh man, 4 more years of FTR. FTR 2024.
To sign that contract, they say I won't condition CM Punk comes back.
Damn. Are they really planting seeds? Is that going to be the story?
I remember somebody else who talked about the wheels falling off, and then he had a couple of leg injuries.
Yeah. So that was interesting, though. It was like, yeah, we're gonna wrestle 4 more years and we're done.
I'm a working man. That's Dax.
Yeah. Is there a zebra print on the inside of the belts? Or the cow print from the...
It's
Was that...
something. It's definitely textured.
Yeah. I'm like, is that from the guns? God damn it. Guns left their marks on the belt. What?
Hold up. Dax's belt. I saw the name Jay Briscoe on there.
Did he have Jay?
I swear on my life, I saw Jay Briscoe on that name. Jay Briscoe never held that belt, though.
Huh. Huh.
I remember hit record, but I'm okay with that on Rampage Watchalong.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen? I thought you guys were supposed to be free.
Yeah, I saw that in reviews for Dynamite that everybody was confused by it because he said we're free from the contracts. We're gonna have this match and be free from these contracts.
Yeah.
You're gonna get to see Stokely again.
They say it's gonna take place at the Hardy Complex.
The Hardy Compound.
Hardy Compound? Okay.
Oh,
the Hardy
yeah.
Compound?
You know nothing about those. They're very Okay, thank you, Ryan. I am not crazy.
Delete.
So, over in Impact, he would do cinematic type matches.
Hmm.
Other people have done them since, but Matt was kind of like the
Right.
inspiration in Lucha Underground too. But basically on their farm, they're gonna fight.
Oh, okay.
But thank you for making me not feel crazy, Ryan. Although I have to assume at this point
He
he
is
just
crazy.
happens to he got to keep a tag from Jay in some kind of way. Because obviously Jay never held those belts.
It's just I don't know. It's a we love you Jay thing, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Bacon. Oh man. Um is
It,
this oh my gosh.
the final
The
elite
final
firm delete.
elite firm deletion. Yeah. All I know is that I need Stokely to be on TV all the time. Okay, so that's not Survivor.
So
They have a different surviving show. Okay.
did anyone else happen to notice what time Rampage actually started?
It started about 9:40.
I realized I'm like, oh, I have no idea when this
9:14.
was.
I think it was actually like 9:42
But it's kind of
to
cool
be
because
exact.
we can't look at the clock like we normally do at the end of the show and be like, oh, there's 2 minutes left. Something's got to happen.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of do that. Oh, they got Modelo's. The mark of a fighter.
I'm not sure. I'm watching a commercial for hockey.
Oh. Yeah. It was a rough year for Detroit sports. Again. Oh, yeah? Well, fuck your cable provider.
Hey, it wasn't a rough year for all Detroit sports. Well, never mind, because technically the Lions played like one game. Or no, I can't remember when the last game of the season was for the Lions.
It was a bad season, okay?
All right, so Tigers are fucking terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Lions made everyone believe that they're gonna win next year, and
Lions are gonna be division champs.
I really hope that they are going to be as good as they look. Cause I'll be so pissed if they're not.
With the Pistons, you have a very, very small reason to be optimistic.
Yeah. Basically, you wait for the draft.
Red Wings, I at least have enough to feel like they're moving in the right direction. It just takes time. But it's fucking crazy that our only hope is the Detroit Lions.
Yeah. Jokes. Oh yeah? Well, demonetize me. I dare you. I dare you.
Demonetize you for what?
For saying fuck his cable provider. Goddamn.
How's that gonna demonetize our YouTube?
Because that's his cable provider.
But we're not streaming it at. Oh, streaming on like what we're on. I was thinking he meant like how I'm streaming the show on Xfinity.
No. No, it's how we streaming ourselves. Man. Sanjay Dutt's pencil is the real MVP.
I feel like you have to lead and be in NBA playoffs, and how do you not start with the guy who was drafted to the NBA?
Hey, because he sucks.
All right. So Ryan, the only reason I say I don't necessarily think it needs to be a cup is because it's hard as fuck to get there. But my God, within the next year they need to be in the playoffs. The year after that they need to be like conference championships.
I don't actually pay attention to hockey, but I just agree because I want to see them be good.
And then
I'll pay attention to hockey because I am very much a fair weather fan when it comes to hockey, and I am okay with admitting that.
because usually once you get to the point where your team's good enough to be like in competition for like a conference championship, go to a Stanley Cup, etc. At that point, if you do it for like 3 years and you don't succeed, it's like you need a new coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We were in the hunt, as in barely outside the wild card, and then they got fucking demolished like 11-0 over 2 games, and they said, "Yeah, this team is not there yet."
Mm,
I don't think the goal was ever this season, though.
yeah. Yeah, me neither.
Poor Serpentico.
It's my guy. Serpy Serp. Froggy Bowl.
I am so confused what the hell is actually happening with this tag team match.
So what happened was they put people out there to get destroyed by these 4 guys.
But in some ways,
And
it felt
Sanjay
like they
Dutt's
weren't
pencil.
on the same team, but they were on the same team. It's weird.
They were all teamish. Okay. Mark's like, come on, hang out with me and my bros. Or Jay's like, hey, here's my bros. Oh, oh God.
Oh, now I know why you're freaking out. They only showed it for a quick second.
I don't want to see that again. Don Callis's forehead. I am frightened as well. I hope you guys never show that again, Excalibur.
The visual of the screwdriver just sitting out the turnbuckle, though.
Yeah. God damn it. Alright, Taya Valkyrie's on screen. I'm gonna think about that now.
Oh, so is this going to be our customary women's squash match on Rampage? Because I have no idea who she's facing.
Oh, Emi Sakura. She's already in the ring.
Well, that tells me everything I need to know. See, I agree with you, especially in that one, Ryan, because I haven't enjoyed any kind of story with that Lethal team at all so far. So, unless you can somehow make it good, just get to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with him.
Oh, I know
she's
good.
Incredible.
I know she's good, but she still got the jobber entrance.
Yeah, it's just...
And it's a women's match on Rampage.
I feel like because it's Emmy, they won't make it a complete squash.
That wouldn't surprise me also because of the fact I could see Taya being the kind of person who would be like very respectful.
Yeah. Like, yeah, Emmy's the shit. I can't go out there and squash her. Or at least I hope that's what it is. She put her knees around her head. Oh, man. That knee strike. 15 pounds into a 10-pound bag. I feel like they try to do that a lot. And it's cool sometimes, but other times I'm like, man, I really wish these things had more time.
Right, like the show a couple weeks ago where everything felt like it flowed together because like you had the end of one brawl, then you had Sammy walk out for his match in the middle of the brawl, and everything flowed together well, so you kind of fit more in. But then you have things like last on Wednesday when we didn't even need to have a Hobbs match to necessarily get to that whole Wardlow segment.
Yeah. Excuse me.
And that segment went way too long too, far too.
Oh, so this was kind of a squash. I lied. 'Cause it was already over. Yeah. The real star. It's that bitch show. That bitch show.
Just because I haven't seen it in a while, I miss Jade's shorter hair, wigs, and hair.
You know what I miss? Jade wrestling.
I sort of agree with that, only because half the time it's the biggest squash match on the card.
Yeah. I want to see her have a match. And please tell me they're not gonna, because they can't make this Taya Valkyrie thing go until double or I can't speak. Double or nothing. That would be no. Yeah. Yeah, no entrance in a 2-segment match. I feel like AEW does that specifically with women's matches. Like, they'll give someone the jobber entrance, but the match will actually go to a commercial break.
Hey, let's give them a little bit of credit here. Jade didn't come out during picture in picture. That's an improvement for them.
They do bring people out during the commercials way too often.
They'd be like, hey, here's the turning point of the match in picture.
Mm-hmm. Like, either you go to the show or you miss. Oh. See? The chop fights during the commercial.
The touching her own titties during the commercial.
Yeah, I always like slap fights.
Like, because Taya literally went like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a titty slapping contest. They were like, we got to put this during the commercial.
No, it wouldn't surprise me if the match had already ended, just so that way you could get into whatever with Jade and Taya after. So I guess I'm a little bit thankful Emmy's not put away yet. Put out of the way. They don't do a whole lot for them women.
Hey, it's Emmy.
I agree. Yelling in the camera, yeah, pointless. Now, see, the one thing that would make sense to do with the camera during picture-in-picture would be the whole Jericho stealing the camera, middle finger flipping it off. Yeah, I don't need no words.
Mm-hmm. No, that's one of my favorite things too. I'm always like, I wonder what they're saying right now. Like, do they don't know that they're in commercial?
Remember that like 1 month where they kept mistiming like the big moment of the match, and the moment would happen like 5 seconds into picture-in-picture?
I was not hearing you. I had no idea. I couldn't figure out what the hell just happened. Yeah, Emmy. Something really aggressive. That is correct. Yeah, Emmy Sakura is really, really good. 27 years. Veteran. Goddamn.
I would say
she's like 100,000 years old.
I would say the depth of their women division deserves like another way to showcase like tag titles, but at the same time they don't even know how to tell story on Dynamite or Rampage for them enough anyway. So you can't.
Say they need to. I feel like they need to figure out what they're doing with Jade before they add another belt or belts.
It just sucks because they have so much depth that has talent, but you can't develop the ones you have.
Mm-hmm. It's legit time for Jade to drop that TBS belt and go into the world title picture.
I still go with what they had said about how she said she wants to kind of learn and travel. I'd like to see her maybe lose or something right around Forbidden Door, and then use like Forbidden Door to start her getting into some shit with like Japanese women or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jade took the shoes off.
I was waiting for shoes to be thrown once I saw them come off.
God damn.
I loved when Deeb had her one title shot with, I think it was Thunder Rosa. I miss Deeb.
God damn it, I love Jade so much. So much. Maybe have more.
See, the only reason, Ryan, I say I would have a problem with that is because that would be the only 15 minutes that they get. No other women would get any time.
Mm-hmm. It's bad. The only thing I can think of when you say deep is the deep. From the boys.
When I don't know when's the next season for that out, or did it come out recently?
Man, they faked me out. This is so stupid. Oh, here we go. Here's Hager's line.
My. Oh my god.
So stupid. Of course.
The only part of that I enjoyed was I caught them off guard. You know what makes Daddy Magic's nipples hard?
It was worth it for that.
And Max is still holding the mic while stomping.
Yeah. And Max says, forget this.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. The comment.
Hager's hair is just like flying up like he's fucking in something about Mary.
That shit's great. I gotta give that 5-star. That was a 5-star match right there. Oh my gosh. They should just go ahead and so when are they gonna do that match? Did they say that just now?
Dynamite.
During all that? Because I was laughing too much.
Dynamite.
Alright. Dynamite. 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 Like black dynamite.
You know what I'm very thankful for? I haven't seen a Star Wars Jedi Survivor commercial so far.
Knock on wood, big boy. Okay. So wait, what was our main event here? Because that's what should be coming up soon.
I don't remember.
Right, because there's probably going to be like maybe a promo and then the main event. Unless if they were like, yeah, we get more time tonight. Because of basketballs. So that'll be something if they go until 11. But I don't think they have enough left for that.
I think it'd be hard considering tape show, right? This one's not live, so you wouldn't know when the playoffs are ending to adjust
why
it.
Why would I say that? Yeah. What? Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. I just had the commercial for the Twix cookie dough. Have you had the Twix cookie dough?
No.
I tried it because it sounded like it would be the shit. I prefer regular Twix.
I'm curious though. By the time we're done with this, all my like regular stars are gonna be over. So it's like, do I want to go to a gas station, party store, or like a 7-Eleven just to find a Twix candy bar? The answer may be yes. Actually, I got those cookies still. That's one of them Jimmy John's cookies.
Oh man. Got a Jimmy John's cookies. Man.
Right, they keep talking about the Outcasts facing Jamie and Britt. Which two of the Outcasts? Ruby and Tony?
Good question.
Oh. Now I know why somebody said Sean Spears is back.
Yeah, because he's back.
I love Sean Spears.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Yeah.
Jack looks like a
Sean
guy who's
Spears is
just
not
getting
that
his
guy.
facial hair, so he never wants to shave it.
Yeah. Like he's afraid it's not going to come back and doesn't know that that's the opposite of how it works.
Why are they advertising this as coast to coast?
Because Space Ghost.
Yep, Tony and Ruby.
Wall of pain into that line. Bow, bow, bow.
Could be worse, right? When they did the Battle of the Belts one and he did his line, the first thing that Rage and I noticed was Mark was not into it. He was like, I'm tired. I want to go the fuck home. Try to time it with you. But the reversal and everything, so I had to make sure I was on the same side.
You can hear his music really well.
Sean Spears is 10 at the very beginning of it.
Yep. Nuts. I still think it's hilarious that he came back and then Dark Order's number 10 was like, nah, I'm gonna just go join LFA and stop being 10.
And then Sean Spears left again.
Yep. No. Dun, dun, dun. Oh. He's giving himself a 10. That was just in his butt.
It's one of those guys that's like really good, but never is gonna be a major champion.
Yeah.
At most, I don't even know if he could be TNT. He could probably pull off international, and it makes sense.
Oh, sorry. Hell yeah.
All right, how do you feel about Sean Spears? AEW Live. First one I noticed on the bottom was ours.
Uh-huh. I was like, hey, Detroit, Michigan. I know that place. I spend way too much of my time there.
I would like to
Oh, he
get down
slapped his
there
team.
to see a hockey game at some point, maybe next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because after we go to Dynamite, I've been there twice, and neither one were for, basketball or hockey.
You know what? I've been to more hockey games at Little Caesars than I have Pistons games. I've only been to one Pistons game there.
I mean, if Vector, it depends on how you want to count it. He was really over as high as a 10, but yeah, like his ceiling is not high.
Yeah.
He does all the things right. The originator of AEW's first controversial moment.
Wait, what did he do?
So, when AEW started off, he was having issues with Cody. I can't remember how they got to it, but like after the match, what he did is he came down. And wrestling's been very anti-unprotected hair shots with the head, right? Concussions, everything else. And he full out blasted Cody, unprotected to the head, and the back of the top part of the chair wrapped around his head, and it sliced Cody open too. So it, between it being an unprotected chair shot to the head and the fact that he bled a lot, people are like, yeah, people weren't so happy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I understand. Shit.
Cody had to come out after and say like, hey, we tried to work the chair so the base would just pop out, and we tried to swing it a certain way and it was just off ever so slightly, and it just didn't work the way they wanted.
A little bit I've seen him. I thought he was pretty good. But
Ooh.
yeah, I agree with Ryan though. He could be like he could never be the main guy.
I don't even think he
for
could beat
anything.
TNT. I think international maybe. As like a reward if he was around for a while.
Like, yeah, I just couldn't, But I do like him though.
So if there was like two things I would have you watch from him on YouTube would be when he made his Royal Rumble debut. Because his whole gimmick was the perfect 10 down in NXT, and 10 was so over.
Jim Tesla.
So when we got to the number 10 in the Royal Rumble, everybody wanted him and they went crazy. The one other thing that you might enjoy was
slaps her during commercials.
interviewer Chris Van Vliet was interviewing him and another wrestler, Tyler Breeze, at their wrestling school. And speaking of titty slips, the interviewer asked to take chops, and they let the students chop them, and then Tyler and Sean Spears got to do chops.
I don't know why I can't hear you.
His chest was fucked up. Yeah, I'm not sure why either. Because it shows on stream. My mic's not muted. Discord doesn't show it's muted. So it definitely seems like a you thing. So I'm going to kind of keep talking. And hope that you hear me at some point. Doobie doo wah. Wah ah ah. Titty slap. Can you hear me now?
All my symptoms go.
Can you hear me now? Good. Yeah. I haven't. I think I saw the thing about Danker going there, but I haven't watched it. But yeah, I know CVP, his chest was fucked up at the end of that, Ryan.
I think, I hope you can, not if you can hear me.
Can you hear me?
Okay. So I think what happened here is, because my PC wants to restart to install some updates. I think one of those updates must have had something to do with the sound card. Because I don't hear shit.
So can you hear me?
Yeah.
So the two videos I was talking about
We're
for
almost done.
Sean was
I'm gonna just finish the show like this.
So no, you can't hear me?
By the time I get back in, the match will probably be over.
Oh, the technical difficulties lately. What? To watch along where we can't communicate with each other, but we can communicate with the chat.
Oh.
His trunks kind of remind me of the golden Denver Nuggets. Ryan, are you talking about the Danker Day or the CVV Day? Or did they both have it that day? Whenever they both had it.
Alright, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go ahead and restart. I'm gonna be real back. Right back real fast. Hopefully, maybe. Let's see. Come on, be quick. Be quick, be quick, be quick.
This is 10:40. We know it's within like 5 minutes. I said that I know how this is gonna end. But it's so nice to see Spears. I would like to see him matter. Ryan, I'm gonna throw this out to you. I'm not saying that this should happen, But if you look at his chairman persona, wouldn't he kind of fit with this new Bullet Club? Especially if he started coming around with the chair all the time again. Personality wise, the chairman I feel like could have fit with that. Just I'm trying to think of how he could be involved again, but not be a singular solo guy focus. Like, where would he fit in now? They're talking like he can hold his head high, and he's just in the ring, like, disappointed, like. I mean, I get that logic. I'm just trying to think of where he would fit in. And that way he doesn't have to be a solo focus, but doesn't disappear forever. Yeah, yes, doesn't feel like it makes sense. BCC doesn't feel like it makes sense. Elite doesn't make any sense. Really don't want to see anybody else join the embassy or be involved in that, or QTV. If you could see him, because, you know, everyone kind of dives into factions so that way they can be involved without being super involved, where do you think he could go? Don't feel like Dark Order works. Is he gonna be straight up babyface? I mean, I guess that promo was babyface because he was returning, but I don't know if it necessarily means he has to be babyface. It's harder because babyfaces tend to do more on their own, or they just get friends to help battle the groups and not really like a faction. Although, you know what, if it's babyface and you are trying to focus on Dark Order again, I don't think it really works really well as a group. But I could see the fun and entertainment be like, hey, I heard you guys need a number 10 again.
That wasn't it. Damn.
Still can't hear me? Ah, you broke it. You broke it for good.
Oh.
Damaged it forever and ever and ever and ever. I mean, we can hear him, so if he does figure something out, we'll know.
It's not even registering my headset.
Interesting that's not registering his headset, because I could hear him.
Wah, wah, wah.
But does he feel like a wrestling character that feels like he would destroy people, though? Like, BCC kind of destroys people, but he's not that style. He's not a super big powerhouse. Wait, I just heard myself on David's end. I don't know what that means.
Aha. Yeah, it's definitely...
Can you hear me? Oh, the chairman? Yeah, if you stick with chairman.
So I don't know what's the deal here.
It's weird because I can hear myself through him. So I don't know.
I'm not going to be able to hear you.
How did I hear myself through you then? Technical difficulties to figure out. But with that being said, I mean, the show is over. So there's no watch along to go.
Okay.
Yeah, see, BCC is more about their wrestling skill, not abuse with weapons.
I think I'm almost there. Yep, there we go. Now I should be able to hear you. Yep, I can hear you. There we go.
I was so thrown off because I swear I heard myself once you came back in. I heard myself through something.
Mm-hmm. You probably did.
Yeah, and Ryan, that's why I don't think it works to have him be by himself.
Everyone should be by themselves.
I was trying to think of where you could shove Sean Spears in a group that would make sense, where he doesn't have to be the focus, but he doesn't have to disappear.
He can be a person.
I thought if he returned to his heel form as being the chairman, where he attacks everybody with chairs, them redoing Bullet Club over in AEW, it would kind of fit. But as Ryan said, Bullet Club in 2023.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bullet Club thing, it was hot. Like 10 years ago. And it's ran its course now.
The only way I can see Bullet Club becoming somewhat relevant as a name again in AEW is if somehow Adam Cole gets involved to go against the Elite. We just got rid of the factory. We don't need another one. But you could probably do something with that. I could see you doing something with that one. You can run his school, like we always heard about nuns in the Catholic school. It's like you do something wrong, as opposed to slapping your hand with a ruler or the yardstick. He busts out the chair to his own students when they fuck up.
Okay.
Makes a real easy story for when there's an uprising and somebody has to break out of the group. I can see that working, Ryan. I can see how you could really play off of it too.
But can he carry it is the question. That's what you gotta do.
Make his school, and then his first enrollment is all of Dark Order.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys caught the end, but Sean Spears upset Jungle Boy. Used the snare trap on him. Jungle Boy tapped out to the snare trap.
Sure.
Yeah. That was what I saw.
I saw a man who looked so disappointed and dejected in the middle of the ring after he just got beat by the world's strongest move, variations of roll-ups and pins.
Mm-hmm. But hey, man, yeah, it's the roll-up. And if you got your own special roll-up, lights out. Lights out.
Darby and his Last Supper.
Yep. Yep. That's what this is.
Wheeler
that's what
Yuta,
the key is.
the seatbelt
being a
pin.
good wrestler.
What was Wheeler Yuta? The seatbelt pin?
I think it's called the seatbelt pin.
Orange Cassidy did his one again. They called it the mousetrap.
Yep. Yep, they called that a mousetrap. So that's what the key to life is. Get you a custom pin, and you win.
Get yourself some sneaky pins and some sneaky links. What? What?
Some sneaky pants and some sneaky links.
Sneaky pins and sneaky links.
Oh.
The path to success in life. No. It feels weird that it's 10:50 and the show's over.
It does. but it feels all right to me. Do early shows all the time, AEW.
Hey, I wonder if the numbers get good, they can slowly convince them to just make it 9:30 every single week after NBA playoffs are over.
I would love that.
We would be so happy.
Like that, I don't even care. It's just a half hour, but my old ass would be so happy.
And that half hour is gonna feel like a whole ass hour when they do fucking Battle of Belts after. That half hour is gonna feel like all the bigger of a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So, since you missed it, what me and Ryan were kind of talking about is there's two clips if I was going to have you go watch about Shawn Spears. One is when he was in NXT with the number 10 gimmick and he made his debut at the Royal Rumble and the fans were all wanting him at number 10. And it had a huge ovation. But then at his school, there's an interviewer named Chris Van Vliet. And he went down to the school and he wanted to take chops. So he took chops from all the students and then from Shawn Spears and Tyler Breeze. His chest was fucked up at the end of that run. All them titty slaps.
I wouldn't want to get my titty slapped that much. I just want to know what one titty slap feels like.
So
Just
Ryan,
one.
tell us how
Not
that
all of
goes if we go to a certain bar after a Clash wrestling show. Do you think we could see a wrestler and just have him randomly chop our chests in the bar? Do you think they'd be down?
And say, do any of the wrestlers go to the bar?
I would hope that their champ does.
Nah, man. He's a fraud, and I'm gonna kick his ass. If you're watching this fat Viking guy from Clash, I'm coming for you.
Elk, right? I believe it was Elk.
I think so.
Slowly getting some other names down more and more. Turns out Alexia Nicole or whatever it was, like the Jillian twin. No.
Oh, Jillian.
Yeah, her twin. Turns out I was already following her on Instagram as a wrestler forever, and then so like a couple days later I opened Instagram for the first time in a couple weeks. I'm like, oh shit, that's the wrestler we just saw the other day. Like, oh yeah, I forgot how many people I followed on social media and never opened that social media after the fact.
Hey man, Instagram is cool. It's like Facebook, but people don't get to put as much of their opinions on it.
The funny thing is about that to me is I feel like Facebook is a place where people go just to brag about their life events and they don't really actually pay attention to anybody else's shit.
Mm-hmm.
And on Instagram, it's just all you gotta do is pictures of people bragging about shit, but you don't have to read nothing.
Juntide, Wrecking Ball, interest. Oh, okay. Yep. Like, hey man, you want to slap us in the titties?
Aw.
Oh.
I'll have to
They wouldn't slap my titties.
We'll just have to befriend them over time and be like, alright.
I'm gonna just walk in with my tits ready. I'm gonna be like, hey, buy you a drink if you slap my tits.
Dr. Meatball, tenderize my chest. Make it look like hamburger meat. No. Make friends with all of them. Somebody will do it one day. That, or we'll go find down the wrestling school and be like, hey, can we sign up for one day? We just want to take chops.
Yeah, I just want to do a chop, and then that's it.
I want to spend time learning how to chop, just to get a little bit of it done. But I want one back.
Wrecking Ball Punk, he's the best shot, yeah. Alright.
The inside information we're getting: how to get your chest beat, how to get your titties slapped. Big meaty men slapping meat.
How to get somebody to chop your chest. Chop your teeth.
Hey, so we have a goal for sometime in the future. We're just gonna find him
God.
and shove a bunch of drinks his way. And once he's nice and loose, touch my chest. Touch it real hard.
Come on, just touch me. Violently.
And if we're drunk too, I'm gonna have to rely on Ryan to film this so we have footage. And then also record after when I might be like over in the corner crying, like, it starts. I'm only saying that because if I'm drinking and get the shit kicked out of me with a chop, I don't know how I'm gonna react. I might dramatize the shit out of that.
Yeah, I just want one chop.
Speaking of drama, I'm 2 days overdue. I need to go watch The Mandalorian, and I already know some of the spoilers for it, but I heard that there's something I don't know, and it's gonna be a big deal. I know what the big spoiler is, because it came out from Celebrations, but...
I'm happy I haven't gotten any of that spoiled for me.
If you've watched any of the side stuffs, like the animated stuff, you might have a decent idea of where it's going. If you've seen any of the animated stuff. Okay.
Nope.
So walk up, get him drunk, and then say, chop my shit so I can make a video.
Do it for the vine.
Why you gotta make us feel old? Talk about Vine. These kids don't know about Vine.
Yeah, they do. Y'all remember Vine.
And see, I can also understand.
Nobody that's a kid is gonna remember Vine.
So I wonder, Ryan, if he did that, would that? What do you think? Do you think their podcast, would they want the content of them slapping the shit out of a couple of people? Or would that be a bad look for them and just enjoy the fact that we do it and say, hey, tag us in it? Because I'm not sure how good of a look it may be for a wrestler to have videos of them chopping fans on their content. So I don't know how they would view that, you know?
Yeah.
Versus us taking the abuse and us posting it. It'll be interesting. We're gonna have to see about trying this sometime.
Yeah. I just know that I gotta get ready for this, because when I take a chop, it's gonna be like how Ric Flair takes a chop.
Are you gonna do like a whole like stumbling around, like holding your chest after, like?
Yeah, like I'm gonna flop on the ground and get up and walk around like I'm having a heart attack.
Interesting. Wait, I remember you giving me the name. It has something to do with the Y. Drop it in here because I'll have it in text and I'll be able to remember to go back to it once we shut this down here shortly. Because since I just got home, it's time for me to go eat that cookie and probably go, live up to our podcast name. And it'll give me something to look into while I'm sitting out there in the nice weather in the garage, enjoying a starry night and a whole lot of puffing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, out your way you can see stars a little bit more than you can see them out here.
Yeah, it's pretty nice out here. And you got new got it. I remember it had something with Wise, but Wise as a letter, I just couldn't remember. I will check it out here shortly. Is it on YouTube or is it more like podcast where it's like only available through like Spotify and other audio things? Look at that. We're even promoting other people in an empty chat room. Besides Rod.
Hey, I was about to say, our chat room is not empty.
So I just mean there's nobody else really to get it besides the person providing it. But
Everybody's got the information.
depending on where it's at, there's also ways that I can try to move it around. Like you have those ability to feature other channels on YouTube, so like if all of a sudden you get to know some of these people, it's easy enough to be like, I'm gonna slide this in there because I like these guys and they're fun. That being said, I'm gonna hop off of here now.
Sounds like a great idea.
Enjoy your night, Ryan. We will talk to you soon.
Right, guy, keep it real.
We'll see y'all again on Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And then no clue about what time on Friday again next week. Woo!
Oh yeah. Friday tentative.
We'll try to just be prepared. Once we see that clock at 0 in NBA basketball, we'll be live at that point or before. Unless it's like tied with like 30 seconds. Then you never know. It might be another 15 minutes. We have no fucking clue.
It's gonna last forever. It's gonna last forever.
Just like Forever Young, Crash Wrestling. Have a good night.
Whoa.
Any final words?
Nope, I'm about to yawn.
Sleepy time.